To build a production-grade video portal, Angular separates the application into 3 distinct layers: declarative templates, component state, and globally injected services. The framework enforces strict architectural boundaries, requiring that presentation, local state, and global data remain categorically isolated. Early iterations of the framework relied on heavy compilation contexts, called NgModules, and inefficient change detection cycles to link these layers together. Modern Angular, spanning versions 14 through 18, has undergone an architectural evolution that removes this legacy overhead. By adopting the Ivy rendering engine and introducing standalone components, the framework achieves enterprise scale while providing granular control over the dependency graph. To understand how these modern primitives interlock, we will reverse engineer the final application. We begin by isolating a single element from the portal interface, the video card. This card is a component. The @component decorator acts as metadata, instructing Angular how to merge a TypeScript class with its specific HTML view and CSS styles. The standalone true property, stabilized in version 15, removes the requirement for an external ngModule wrapper. The component now explicitly imports its own specific dependencies, like other UI elements or pipes, directly into its own metadata. This class connects directly to the presentation layer through the HTML template. Angular uses 4 primary binding pathways. Interpolation uses double curly braces to create a one-way pipeline, rendering string data from the class into the view. Property binding uses square brackets. This allows the developer to securely pass complex objects or toggle DOM attributes, such as a disabled state on a button. Event binding uses parentheses to capture user interactions, like a click on a video thumbnail, and send that action back to the TypeScript class. Two-way binding combines these using the banana-in-a-box syntax, synchronizing user input fields and component state simultaneously. Standalone components serve as self-sufficient boundaries between internal logic and declarative templates. To create dynamic interfaces, Angular uses directives to mutate the document object model directly from the template. Attribute directives alter the behavior or appearance of existing HTML nodes without changing the underlying DOM structure. For example, a custom lazy image directive can intercept loading sequences to optimize rendering speed for high-resolution thumbnails. Structural directives go further by injecting or destroying DOM nodes entirely. A permissions directive can evaluate a user's role. If the check fails, Angular removes the restricted nodes from the DOM tree for that session. Legacy Angular relied on *-prefixed structural directives, like *ngIf and *ngFor, which wrapped content in hidden template tags. Version 17 introduced native control flow syntax. Using @if, @for, and @defer directly within the template engine improves rendering performance by eliminating the need for directive-based wrappers. Directives allow developers to move imperative DOM manipulation into safe, declarative logic. Data often requires synchronous formatting before it is displayed, such as converting raw integers into human-readable video durations. Pipes are specialized functions that execute this transformation logic directly inside the template markup. To maintain performance, Angular distinguishes between pure and impure pipes. A pure pipe recalculates only when its primitive input or object reference changes. If the input is the same, Angular reuses the cached result to save resources. This caching mechanism allows the UI to render complex datasets without redundant calculations. An impure pipe executes on every change detection cycle, regardless of whether the input has changed. Cautionary: if an impure pipe contains complex state or triggers an API fetch, it will bottleneck the application's rendering speed. Correctly applying the pipe purity model ensures the view remains synchronized with the state without wasting processing power. Shifting back to global data, Angular requires that components never fetch their own backend data directly. Instead, the dependency injection system delivers shared services, such as API handlers, to the components that need them. Angular uses a hierarchical injector architecture. Every node in the component tree has its own distinct injector. When a component requests a service, Angular checks its local injector first. If the dependency is missing, the request delegates upward through the parent components until the service is found. The resolution path ends at the root injector, where global singletons are typically stored. This hierarchy enables localized scoping, where a service provided at the component level remains isolated from the rest of the application. Since version 6, the @injectable decorator allows services to register themselves using the provided in root syntax. This enables tree shaking, where the compiler automatically removes any service that is never injected into a component, reducing the final bundle size. Hierarchical DI allows the application to distribute global data while maintaining tightly scoped logic for specific features. By reassembling these elements, we can now see exactly how templates, components, and services form the cohesive final portal. Declarative templates and directives manage the visual presentation. Pure pipes handle data transformations without impacting the change detection cycle. Standalone components manage localized logic without the overhead of legacy modules. And hierarchical DI coordinates global data distribution with precise scoping. By shedding legacy boilerplate, modern Angular provides explicit control over how enterprise applications are compiled and rendered. However, static components require navigation to be useful. In our next session, we will integrate the route module for navigation, route guards for security, and RxJS for asynchronous state management. These core primitives provide the mandatory foundation for building secure